And I think that that's an opportunity. So I come back and then I start to draw the plan of my business and talk to the super genius engineer in Thailand and start to build a prototype 10 years ago. So you saw the video already. I just would like to highlight, there's some details about that. The robot for each segment of the elderly is different, okay? The bedridden segment, of course, is he or she doesn't move so much, so we need to try to do almost everything to the elderly. Instead of ask she or he to touch the screen or give the voice command, even to speak up is difficult. So we have to see the pain point of this segment, which is different from other segments. Partial bedridden, this is better than the first segment, but still they have some limitations. So you have to design robot accordingly to this segment. This segment can move a little bit, so we put the device like the bell to push the button, or even to ask the robot to call for the caregiver in Thai and in Japanese right now. This is more difficult segment, physically okay, but have problem with the brain, dementia, Alzheimer. So many dangerous activities during the day in the house. So we have to monitor her quite closely. So we have to develop the robot to be able to see her both in the daytime and the nighttime, whether she do something dangerous or not. For example, open the window and try to climb or something, or go to the kitchen and try to turn on something. So no one have time to monitor this segment. So that's why we should develop the robot to help offload the caregiver for this segment. And then based on learning from Japan, we have idea to not only the robot, like electronic appliance standalone, we have to build the platform and let them present all the situation on the screen like this. So in Japan, which is using my robot right now, the command room, in Japan we have any Japanese here? No. Oh, okay. You know, Japanese know very well the situation, like very small building and have so many floors, and very difficult to monitor those elderly in different floors. Okay, so the way we do it, we put a robot in each room, and in the command center, the manager of the nursing home see like this. The red one is critical. You have to check. Just simply check on the mobile apps, and you can see the picture of the elderly, and you can talk to her. The robot receives the phone call automatically. Okay, so in this nature, like call for help, doesn't move for too long, also important. Sometimes, if something happened, but the elderly can call for help. So the robot have to be smart enough to detect and notify the caregiver using this monitoring screen like this. But the green one is okay, the situation, and don't think to have to worry. Just to highlight the technology behind the features, okay? We have to develop something very difficult and make it super easy to use because we target the elderly. And of course, the caregiver also sometimes is old ladies, sometimes it's 60 something, okay? Take care of the 90 or 80 something. So we have to make it very simple to use. But this slide shows the high technology behind the simple features. For example, you see that human detection in the dark, even in the dark. This is the AI that capture the picture of the humans using the thermal sensor, not the normal camera, because the normal camera cannot see at night, right? So we have to train the AI to be able to detect the human gesture, sleep, walking, sit down, stand up, even in the night, no light at all, okay? And be able to notify and understand the situation. The neck of the robot will move to follow the human, even in the dark, okay? The robot developed to receive the call automatically, important because the elderly sometimes forget how to pick up the phone or even cannot move the arm, okay? Down below, we have something highlight AI symptom screening and triage. Triage is a prioritize how urgent of that symptom. Sometimes, whether it's a stroke or something with the heart or just a normal diabetes symptom. So the AI symptom we have to develop because in the nursing home, there no such doctor in the nursing home, okay? So caregiver have limited knowledge about this. So why don't we develop the AI that be able to answer those questions and make the right decision? Not every symptom you have to take the emergency, call the ambulance. Otherwise it's going to be chaotic, okay? So this is the first primary care that robot can provide to the elderly and be the good tools for nursing home around the world. Okay. Down below, of course, we can connect to the hospital information system. In the case of, in Thailand, Chulalongkorn Hospital, Sirirat Hospital, they not only have the patient, but they also have like elderly care ward. So we have to connect to those information as well. Application, you look in the application area is like your mobile phone. The robot is a hardware and some mechanic, yeah, mechatronics. So, like your mobile phone, you would like to use a certain application, you just download it, right? So similar fashion, my robot can download many applications. So far we have OPD application, we have elderly care application, we have IPD, we have coffee, cafe, cashier, because the robot can do many things. Just download the application. In this case, we download elderly care application. So there we have like rehabilitation, medical content, knowledge, relax like games, as you see in the video. So to help, reduce stress of the elderly. And of course, the devices for connect blood pressure, temperature, oxygen in the blood. All those is important. So Dinsor, which is a platform of the robot, will combine all the things and connect. Combine, gathering, and connect, and make the right decision as quickly as possible if needed. So many elderly right now that we are taking care of, both in Thailand and in Japan. I'm so proud that we start to roll out to the rural area, where there's a big gap between the two standards, the elderly that have money and the elderly that doesn't have much money. So I talked to the government, the local government, why don't we help them? Because those family members have to work during the daytime, is no time to take care. If the elderly getting worse, son or daughter have to quit the job, and no more revenue, that's even make the situation worse. So I talked to the local government, many provinces now, that why don't we find some budget to provide the robot to the bedridden elderly in the house alone. So that's why they can offload something and reduce the risk of the elderly staying home alone. Okay, come to the last slide. This is a proposal to you guys. The egg model that I invented based on many situations. In many countries, the elderly don't want to move to the nursing home. They would like to stay home, okay, as long as possible. So sometimes they cannot do that because of limitation of no one taking care and so many factors. So we don't do this model, okay? Like sunny side up eggs. In the middle is egg yolk and the white. We put, I searching for the partner, any countries that have interest in this model to provide a local service in this radius, 5 kilometers. The candidates can be nursing home or hospital, or they already provide home care. But in this model, we put the dashboard in the middle, in the egg yolk, and we put the robot in the house that have start with two primary segments. First, the house that have bedridden elderly, or second, they have dementia or Alzheimer elderly. This is first two primary target group, And then the robot will report everything to the command center in the middle. The command center have resource like workforce that can, caregiver can run the bike or visit the house nearby and coordinate with the hospital in the area. So in this case, we can keep the elderly at her own house as long as possible with the happiness that we provide via the platform and with the lower risk to live alone in the house. Okay, so I'm looking for a partner to do the service operation. I will supply all the platform, all the technology to those partners. So this is what I prepared today. Thank you.
Thank you. It's amazing. I asked Mr. Chalermpol, why'd you go to Japan? And he said, because they already have an advanced system of elderly care, because the majority of the population is becoming elderly. And I said, well, who's your partner there? And he said, Mitsubishi. I said, how much does a small robot cost? He said, around 200 US? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the smaller one. Clearly much more for the larger. So he's looking for a partner. He was serious about that. So in another country, because I started telling him, there's an aging population everywhere, but especially in Europe and especially, say, in the United States. Is Monica Jimenez still here? Well, we'll find her. She said, I told her about you. She said, how about Mexico? I know exactly who you should partner with. So that's what we can do. Okay. All right. I am so sorry that we're not going to have time for you all to ask questions from this group because we are short of time. So please give a hand to this incredible Groundbreakers who are doing incredible things. I know Dr. Rasarin and Shirley Biot are here, so they can talk to you later if you want to. And if you want to partner with Mr. Chalermpol, he'll talk to you anytime you want. So you're going to have to leave the room so they could clear the tables and so we can go to our breakouts. The session on, I believe it's well-being, will be here. And then we have a session on how to protect your business in the digital technology. So thank you all. We'll see you later.